What's up, everybody? I'm back in the shop today. It's been like 2 weeks since I've been out here. I've been working my butt off at my day job. For those of you that don't know, I am a towboat captain, so it does require me to work a ton of hours sometimes. But that's okay. I'm home. I'm back in the shop, and I don't know what I'm gonna do to this thing. Still waiting on some parts, but I do have a list of everything I need to finish up still. So let's go take a look at it. So there is my list. All this junk, which is better than this side being filled up and that side being filled up like it was originally. So, and some of this is just stuff I need to finish. It's not stuff I need to actually... Okay, no, I didn't do it all. But anyways. Alright, so I've got drive shafts laying around. I've got transfer cases laying around. I've got steering shafts laying around. I've got other junk laying around inside and outside. So the plan for the next few days is I'm going to try and get the steering on this thing buttoned up. I still have to pull my axle and all that stuff back out because I have to put a locker in it. And I have to put the axle shafts and the brakes and all that other junk on there that you kind of have to be four-wheel drive and to stop. Got to do all that. So I got to pull that axle out one more time. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and do all my steering. My heim joints for that should be here in a couple days. But in the meantime, I can go ahead and start measuring for the tube. I am going to be using 2-inch DOM because that's what I got. I know that's probably not ideal, but that's what I have, so should be pretty cool. We'll see. Hopefully, I don't have to do hydraulic assist, but if I do, I've got a line on a cylinder for that. A buddy of mine has it. So let's go. Okay, so here's my problem. Can't even see the steering shaft. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do here exactly yet, but I do know, I don't know if I can get to it. Let's see if I can reach it. Let's see here. Okay, so there's the shaft on the steering gearbox, and here is the shaft for the column. It's about 3 inches short. So my plan is to take this one apart and use this center section to lengthen this one. So in order for all this to work, I mean, I've got brake lines in here that's got to be moved. I've got to not lose my power steering cap. I'm gonna need that, I'm sure. Yeah, that's really the biggest obstacle. I don't know if part of the body here is going to get in the way. I hope not, but we will see. I should have some clearance there. I'm hoping. So I guess all that's left is to take this steering shaft out and okay, I got both steering shafts pulled out. This one came out of the donor Liberty. It's actually in pretty good shape. This one came out of the one I'm building, and it does not seem to be in as good a shape. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one because it's a little nicer, and I'm going to extend this slip right here. That's kind of my plan. I think I'm going to cut it about 1 inch down and then get a piece of this shaft off of this one here, extend it about as far as I can, and with the slip, you know, I shouldn't have to be too precise, because this one here is a The one out of the one I'm building was a running and driving Liberty. And the shaft on this thing is completely locked up, so apparently they don't move a whole lot. So I think I'll be fine. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this one apart. I'm gonna cut this one apart. Take the U-joints out and make this longer. I think it's gonna work. I hope it works, because if it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to go find 2 more Liberty steering shafts, because I only have these 2. But it'll be fine. We're gonna make it work. Alright, so I got both ends off. This is a good one, this is the not so great one. So this is the one we're gonna end up using, but these 2 shafts is what I'm gonna extend. Well, it's gonna be this one that I extend. So I'm gonna cut this one off right about kind of as flush as I can get it to here. Bevel the end and bevel the end of this one, put them together and weld them around and clean it all up. Hopefully that is enough to hold it, because I don't want my steering to break. So that's the plan. That's what we're gonna try. Let's get the schwack in this thing off here. Alright, so I've got it all set up here. I've got both my ends beveled all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to weld and fill this gap in all the way around it. Then kind of just grind everything off smooth, and should be good. Should be nice and strong. Some of my welding perfection on here. Don't want to weld in rubber gloves. Or latex gloves, nitrile gloves. They melt to your hand. I know this for sure. Tacked on there. Alright, let's flip it over. Still going to check it to make sure it's good and straight still, which it is. It's all welded and cleaned up. Looks pretty good. Now, let's stuff the other end back on there. Maybe. There we go. And it should now be long enough for what I need. I hope so. Made it about 3 inches longer, so it's about what I needed. Hopefully that's long enough. If not, I'll have to start over. So I'm gonna let this cool. We're gonna throw it in the Jeep and see if it's gonna work. So I've got it hooked up on the inside. Now I gotta hook it up here, which shouldn't be bad. Let's see if I can rotate the gearbox. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, let's put a bolt in that. Oh boy. No! Don't do that. Don't spin away. Alright. Tight. Sweet! Now let me try and bolt that bearing back into place. Oh no, I may have screwed up. It turns to the left. I think that's left. Is that left? Yeah. And it turns to the right. All the way. It does kind of get into this, but it won't once I put all that in place. Huh. But it works. So this piece of 2-inch DOM I cut to 53 inches. This is what's going to be my crossover from driver's side to passenger side. That's my main steering linkage across there. So I hope it's beefy enough. I know this is, but I'm a little concerned about the heim joints now that they're in there. They look kind of small, but they're 7/8 heim joints, so they should work. We'll see. I hope so. I gotta tack these in and then go test fit it. Then I gotta figure out a plan for the double shear. I gotta start using some cardboard designing for that, but we'll get it done. Alright, so I think I've got it for the most part mocked up how I'm going to want it. I am going to have to tweak it a little bit and still test it. Dang, I cut myself again. Burnt myself and cut myself already. I've only been out here for an hour. But I've got it all mocked up. I'm not sure if it's going to work with these Hummer wheels or not. I hope it does, because I really don't want to find other ones. But let's check it out. Still have some work to do, so don't judge it just yet. Alright, so it'll be double sheared here, so it's going to come over to the knuckle and be reinforced and all that good stuff over here. I just don't have that done yet. Same with the pitman arm. I'm going to reinforce this, kind of do a double shear setup with the pitman arm. And then a single shear here. I'm not going to need anything on the top. I'm just going to have to build something kind of down here to connect to the bolt and stuff. So hopefully it's going to work. Looks good anyway. Looks awesome. It's pretty stout too. I'll be able to kind of bash that against rocks and not have to worry. So I'm gonna jack this axle up and we're gonna kind of cut this thing side to side and see what happens. It's probably gonna fall apart. Oh man, check it out. Steers to the left. I do have some clearancing to do, but it does go left. And it goes all the way right. Pretty easy. So that's good. Just gotta get that bolt over there tight and we should be all the way good. This is the passenger side. This side I was talking about not being very tight. It's kind of wiggly jiggly in there. But once I get the double shear stuff built, I think it's going to be pretty daggone solid. Alright guys, unfortunately I'm going to have to go ahead and end this video here. I know it's kind of short, I apologize for that, but I do work full time, so I hope you guys can understand. Hopefully you guys are going to see this in the Beast Wars if I get voted in by the other Patreons. I hope I do. We'll see. But if I don't, that's still okay. I still love all those guys, love wheeling with them, and I'm still going to keep building this thing. I want to get it done. I'm not going to cut any quarters on it. I'm going to build it how I said I was going to build it, dual transfer cases and everything, and hopefully I still own this thing after the Beast Wars if I get voted in. If not, it's okay. I know what I'm getting into. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. Again, I apologize for the short video. I will do better. I hope you guys like what I'm doing here. I'm pretty stoked about it. I really like building this thing. I'm really looking forward to wheeling it. I hate leaving stuff halfway done, but life happens and sometimes I can't be out here as much as I want. So maybe that'll change in the future, but right now it is what it is. So thank you guys again for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, please leave a comment, share this video with all your Jeep Liberty buddies, and hopefully I will see you either on the trails, down there at the bleeping Jeep thing, Beast Wars, or in the next video. Appreciate it, guys.